Okay, the purpose of this lab is to discuss MODBUS and how to connect two flow computers together and send data from one flow computer to the other using MODBUS. So what I have here is a host G4 flow computer on the left, and then I have a slave G4 flow computer on the right. The host, I've called it valve, and then the slave's just Totalflow. And what I've done is connected pin 12 to pin 12 on COM2 and pin 13 to 13, and these are both XFC G4s. And so it's just RS485. And once the connections are set up, then we're just going to go to the setup tab and tell this guy he is host ASCII, and I'm going to drop down to spare COM2, and this guy is set up as a MODBUS slave ASCII. And after you make those choices, or just drop down, choose them from the list, and then do a send down here at the bottom, then you will get the rest of your choices and the rest of the tabs. So once the tabs come back, we're just going to match them up. Port type will be serial on both, baud rate 9600 on both. I've only got one, so slave address is 1, and then both guys are register format 32-bit Totalflow. And then the port is COM2 : for each. Same way with the advanced. We're talking interface RS485, data bits 8, parity none, stop bits 1, and then I did raise my retries on the host side to 10. And make your changes and send them, and you would do both flow computers the same way. And then the next important thing here is your register block. And so under register block, I did a add register block and went ahead and told it I wanted to bring across 4 registers. And these are all going to be floating points. And so the slave is going to send across. We did it the same way. Basically hit the add, told it we wanted 4 registers starting at 7001. They're all floats. And here I'm bringing across flow rate, static pressure and differential pressure and temperature. And so for 7001 I would expect the flow rate from this computer, and then the rest of them will follow suit here. Okay. And for a host, it should be a .mrb. For the slave, we're looking for a .mrm, so you don't want to get those two guys backwards. Okay. After we set that up, I jump over to the statistics tab and check my polls. Make sure that this guy's actually polling, and you can hit the reread or monitor button and watch the polls, make sure they come up. Same thing on statistics on the slave side. We'll go in and check the number of polls, make sure it increases. Okay, and if everything's working, we should be able to come down to the slave side and look at the current values. And I'm also going to drop down to the holding registers on the host side. Okay. So over here on the slave side, the flow rate is 491, and over on the host side, it's plugging that value into 9.0.0, which is the first float holding register. My static pressure is coming across 113, differentials coming across 53, and my temperature 98.5, which is what I've got here. Okay, and just to recap, if we go back to the COM port and we go to register map, I'll show you how to add a new register map. Click the add button, and I want you to put in a name. Hit OK. It adds it to the map files, but it's blank. It's ready for you to add values. So here we put in however many values we want, and then we physically type in the app array register. Once you get the file in your map files window, just highlight it and click the send button, and this will push it off to your flow computer. So this concludes MODBUS on a G4 flow computer.